Hey everyone, I'm in Missoula, Missouri. That's a place. Or no, Montana. And I'm eating this food, 23 grams of protein. This is only $3. But yeah, you might be wondering, like, oh, did I miss an episode? Like, you're so far away from the last part. I was in Fargo, and then I drove all the way to a city called Billings. And then I guess I didn't make a Billings episode. And now I'm here, so this is like the Billings / Montana episode. And I don't know, man, I think I'm seeing like the journey's about to come to an end. I have 3 more days till I get there. And I'm starting to think about like what's afterwards, you know? I feel like this journey has really helped me conquer my fears. I think I might do like a video about like conquering fear or something. But yeah, just like forcing myself to do something crazy. Even though like it's a bit ridiculous, like I just needed that. I need something to like shake up life. And I'm excited I did it. I mean, it's not over yet. But yeah, I was like driving through like Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana. There's like a whole lot of like mountains and like there's not a lot going on. Like there's really not. Like the state itself is really big, but there's like not many people here. I remember feeling like a little nervous when I was in I already forgot what it's called. Billings, because I was like, I bet every single person like knows each other here, and they're gonna be like, who's this guy from New York? Like, but also thinking about the shorts, like, you know, at the beginning I did some shorts about like my adventure, and I was like, they're almost like mini vlogs. And then I was like, oh, people don't want to see this. They just want to like watch me like eat food. And they're like, those are the ones that get like 1,000. And then yeah, like so I had a funny one with like the running one was funny. But I'm just bringing this up because like I think one of the reasons I've been able to stop doing that is because like going back to like this theme of like letting go when I started, like part of me wants to capture like every moment of what's happening, like every instance is like, oh, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm looking at this, I'm looking at that, you know, like I'm at the library, I'm at the Starbucks, I'm eating the food, I'm at the grocery store, like I saw this thing on the ground, like look at this mountain. But I've been really trying to like live the moment and not worrying about capturing it, because there's not only like stuff you can latch onto, but also like memories and like being able to let go of the experience as it happening, so it lets me feel it and be in it in the first place. I've also like, don't know if I talked about this yet, but I feel like a lot of like the sightseeing, like Niagara Falls was awesome, like Chicago was like mind-blowing, but like most places they're either a mall or like a street that is the same thing as a mall. It's just like clothes, food, like knickknacks is what we call them back home. Like just like things that are like memorable things, like gift shops, you know. There was, you know, I think I've been appreciating like the parks. The outdoor space has been really enjoyable for me. And also I passed through like the Teddy Roosevelt National Park, and that was pretty cool. But I didn't really go in because it's just like mountains or whatever, you know. Like maybe someday I'll come back and like hike them. But right now I just kind of drove in, saw the little cowboy-esque street, and then left. But yeah, definitely like Montana has been like small town. Like it made me wonder, like if I were to move out here and like live here, what would that be like? You know, I would probably, I don't know. I just try to imagine myself in all these different places, what it would like to be to live here. You know, it makes you question like why live anywhere. You know, like what makes home home? Like if I just move somewhere new, now that's home. But these like smaller towns have been like more cozy. I met this Taiwanese woman. She said she's been living in Fargo for 13 years. I was like, why did you move to Fargo? Like from Taiwan. Like for whatever reason you left. Like Fargo's like in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Like you could have gone to like the West Coast, East Coast, Texas, whatever, but you chose this like town. And then I thought there was something a little wholesome about that, you know? It's like, well, this is my town. You know, this is where I live. And like, what does it mean to identify with that? And like, why? I'm not sure if I'm really making any sense. I guess I'm just, as I'm going through all these different places, I'm trying to like internalize what it even means to like be a place. You know, like what, like to me, like what's the difference between this city and the last one? Other than the name, you know, is it the people? Is it the routines? You know, the shops start to all bleed in the same thing. Like I've been trying to do like local shops and they're just like, you know, I don't have the money. I get my $1 coffee from McDonald's and then I get groceries. And it's also been making me think like, what is life all about? You know, like what does one do with their time, their life? Like, you know, you can play, you can create, you can provide a service, you know, you can build something, or you can be entertained, you know. These are kind of the types of things that I feel like I've learned about life and what there is to do. I also just like want to try new things. I think whatever I do next is going to be something that is going to be like oriented towards either, you know, while even if I'm pursuing some type of goal, like I want to always try doing something new. You know, whether it's like playing an instrument or like hunting. Like I learned about Teddy Roosevelt on the way here, and he said that one of his, you know, big parts of his life was coming to North Dakota and like hunting, living off the land for a while. Like that sounds great. Like I want to try that. Another theme for me is like been change. I feel like on the one hand I wanted to do something radical so that I could change. I wanted to be different, or at least grow. And at the same time, like I'm going to see somebody that I've known for a long time, a really long time, but I haven't seen in a long time, because I want to see them and I want to remember like who I am, like where I came from. What part of me is still me? If I'm always changing, then who, like, am I even still myself, or am I somebody else? So I'm just trying to understand like what that means to change and yet not change at the same time. Figure out who I am, and does that mean I want to stay the same? Do I want to go back to who I was? Do I want to bring myself further? What does that look like? I guess this has been a lot of mumbo jumbo, soul searching or whatever, but I just feel like that's kind of been what I've been thinking about. Like now that I've passed through the cities, like a lot of it's just been me and the road. I did like I want to say like an 8-hour drive maybe. I drove like 2 hours from Fargo to Billings, and then I drove another like 4 or 5 hours from Billings to the whatever it was. Where am I? I keep forgetting where I am. I have to be like, where? Like I was walking around this mall, or this Target turned into a mall, and I was like, where am I? You know what I mean? Like I'm in a mall and there's a Target there, but like where am I? And then so because I like been making stops, but I'm trying to say that like I've been on the road. I have a lot of time to think. Now I've been like seeing less. I've just been like thinking. I guess I'll end the video with some fun facts about Montana that I've learned. I talked about Teddy Roosevelt was in North Dakota, but apparently Lewis and Clark has been gone through here as well. Lewis and Clark is like a big thing here. There's there's like this. Maybe I'll show some pictures if they can find them. Like there's a lot of mountains here. I can like show some pictures of the nature. And it's really hot. It's really hot here. And weed is legal in Montana, but not North Dakota. So I don't know about that. There's also guns here, gun stores, and people love Jesus. One of the things I didn't talk about in like North Dakota, there's a lot of like billboards for like babies to like not be aborted. Like there's just like these huge billboards, not like regular size billboards, whatever, billboards on the side of the road, and it's like, I had a heartbeat at like 3 months, or not, whatever it is. Like I had fingerprints after 9 days, and there's also like propaganda for God. There's like, Jesus is the only one who truly loves you, and I was like, wow, they're really into that here. So it's like the radio's a lot of country music and like religious music. And so I was just like definitely noticing that about the culture. Like obviously that's like they have that in New York too, but like they don't like try to like market that to like the public. So I thought that was really interesting. I don't know. Something else like I just want to like touch back on before I forget to mention. Everybody in Saratoga Springs kind of looked like David Letterman. You guys know that guy? Just like a lot of little things that I'm thinking like I'm gonna forget when this is all over. There's a lot of sunflowers. There was a lot of corn from like New York to like Minnesota, and then it was a lot of sunflowers after that. Like the corn turned into sunflowers. I guess that's it. I don't know. I've been feeling good. I noticed that like when I wake up, I feel pretty motivated, and then like when the sun sets, I usually start to feel. I just noticed like when the sun goes down, I start thinking existentially. But like I said, I'm really just excited to get to the end. Thanks everyone for sticking around as long as you have. Hopefully Seattle will be a little more exciting, and I'll show some more clips of that. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.